following is a presentation of the Vol Network. Closed captioning provided by the University of Tennessee full-time MBA program. Learn, transform, lead. It all starts here. This is Tennessee.
I want the whole city of Knoxville to know that it's football time in Tennessee.
A passion that knows no equal. The heart and soul of the Volunteer State.
Show me you want to run the football.
Handoff gets to the outside. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Wow. For the next 60 minutes, you're tuned to Vol Network coverage of the Tennessee Volunteers.
Football rewards those who wear your opponent out psychologically and physically.
The most celebrated of traditions.
When you step on the field, there must be a sense of purpose.
The pass is going to be caught. Unbelievable catch. Bang, he goes down back at the 23-yard line.
Let's go. I've been waiting for this one.
Touchdown, Tennessee to Pick Howard.
I want to win for you.
Welcome to the Butch Jones Show. Hosted by Tennessee head football coach Butch Jones and the Vol Network's Bob Kessling. Brought to you by the Big Orange Debit Card, only from the official bank of the Vols, First Tennessee. By your local Ford dealer, Tennessee Saturdays, built Ford tough. By Dish, never miss a moment of Vol action. Catch the Vols on Dish, proud partner of Tennessee Athletics. By Farm Bureau Insurance, with agents in more communities than any other insurer, Tennessee turns to Farm Bureau Insurance, the official insurance of the Vols. Now, the Butch Jones Show.
Another challenging road test for the Tennessee Volunteers. They came to Oxford, Mississippi on a Saturday night, and the third-ranked undefeated Ole Miss Rebels beat Tennessee 34-3. Coach, a good start, but Ole Miss really finished strong against you.
Well, it was a good start. In the first 7 possessions of the game, we were able to hold Ole Miss to 37 yards, and we knew coming in that we had to earn every yard, and field position was going to be critical. And when we didn't really capitalize, Bob, on that field position early, now that they made it that much more even challenging.
It's frustrating because you had the ball in good field position. If you could take it down and get the score and get a lead, that might have changed the whole complexion of the game.
Well, it could have. Instead of 3-0, it may be 14-0, 21-0. And again, I thought we played well for the most part defensively. Offensively, again, we didn't win first and second down. We were only 3 out of 16 in third down conversions, and that's all relative to winning first and second downs.
Could not run the ball very well against Ole Miss. They've got a great defense, but the offensive line was banged up. It seemed like every possession there was somebody else out there or you're shifting guys.
Well, it was very challenging, and when we lost 2 starters in the offensive front, again, I think our depth became apparent. But again, the expectation and the standard doesn't change no matter who's in the game.
You had mentioned, too, and we talked before the game, turnovers in games like this break your back, and Tennessee had too many of them.
Well, we did have too many, and sometimes, the eye points to Justin Worley, but a couple times it was a wide out here or a tight end there. And then obviously on special teams, you cannot turn the football over. When we have a kickoff return or a punt return, the number one thing is we have to be able to possess the football.
What's the message you gave the team after the game about now turning the page, you got to get ready for Alabama?
Well, we have to get ready for Alabama, and Alabama's not going to feel sorry for us. And again, it's every individual in our room, starting with the coaching staff to us, really taking a hard look at themselves and the overall accountability. But again, it's never forgetting what this feels like, particularly for our younger players, is this is something that you put in your motivational bank for many years to come. But again, understanding why. When you go on the road or even when you play at home, you cannot turn the football over and you need to capitalize on field position.
When we come back, we'll take you behind the scenes with Tennessee football here on the Butch Jones Show.
It's time to honor the Adidas Vol Scholar of the Week. This week we recognize Gregory Grieco. The redshirt senior is pursuing a graduate degree in kinesiology.
Initially, when I started my kinesiology degree as an undergraduate, I was looking at strength and conditioning coaching, or just coaching sports in general, like wrestling or football. And now I've progressed into my master's degree in kinesiology as well. It's focused in exercise physiology, so it's a little bit more of a sciencey, in-depth kind of aspect of kinesiology.
Grieco appreciates being able to relate what he learns in the classroom to what he sees on the football field.
It's really interesting knowing all the science behind what you're doing in your strength and conditioning program. You know, a lot of times kids just get a workout program, they just do it because like, oh, this is what the coach told me to do, you know, but knowing the physiology behind it helps me understand, oh, why we're doing this, you know, why we're doing this kind of exercise, why we're running this much, and when everybody else is complaining, I'm like, you know, we need to be doing this to get better.
Congratulations to this week's Vol Scholar of the Week, presented by Adidas, the official footwear and apparel provider of the Vols.
This is how the Vols pitch in.
This summer, members of Team 118, led by Captain Kurt Majid, pitched in with Habitat for Humanity to give Knoxville resident Renee Ballinger and her family a new place to call home. From hosting the first wall to hammering the final nail, the Vols gave their all for Tennessee and created not just a house, but moments that will never be forgotten.
Pitch in and do your part to make Neyland Stadium a zero-waste facility. Sponsored by Eastman, Food City, and Waste Connections. Promote sustainability. At Tennessee, good sports always recycle.
All right, man, lock in. First of all, congratulations. Dub number is number 3. We're moving on, all right? I thought we had a business-like approach. I actually thought we had our best week of practice, okay? So congratulations. We talked about impacting the game. And you gotta ask yourself again, did you impact the game? Medley's 7 touchbacks impacted the game. They impacted the game. Worley's 5 touchdowns impacted the game. I thought we had 5 guys on defense impact the game. Maven, AJ, Barnett, Sutton. All right, awards. Now 63 Warrior goes to Justin Coleman. Fast and Furious champion goes to Justin Worley.
The Fast and Furious award, I guess it was just me being able to make an impact on the game for the offensive side against UT Chat. So I guess I did enough to earn that award.
Fast and Furious Club, there's 1 clap for each guy. Johnson, Crew, Burley.
Fast and Furious is the name of our offense. That's what we go by, that's what we live by. We want to play fast with a great tempo.
We got to bring the tempo today. Here we go. Fast and Furious on 2. 1, 2. Fast and Furious.
Head around. Put away. Yep, keep your eyes up.
Sign.
We've emphasized to our guys playing with our style of play from the first snap to the last snap. If you do that, it defines your identity, and that's what you want to do.
Basically, before you come on this field is to understand what your assignment, you know, what is your job, and then execute.
Every week it's really about us, you know, controlling what we can control, and then obviously making adjustments in the game if those things do come up or they change. You know, they have a strategy that they're using that maybe we didn't prep. So those are the things that make it fun, make it exciting.
Team awards, you reward guys for outstanding effort and performance.
Well, it's all relative based on a winning performance. And again, we give out the awards when we're victorious. And we celebrate as a team, but a lot of times there's a lot of individual accomplishments that we reward. But also we give a Student of the Week award, which is our highest honor. And then we also have victory clubs. We have a Fast and Furious club, the Orange Swarm Club, and then the Volatile Club, which is our special teams.
And there's competition to get these awards from you, aren't there, in the staff?
Oh, there is. And then one of the other awards we give out is the Juice Man Award. And we actually have a video camera that films our sideline. And so we evaluate everyone. Are they into the game? Are they echoing the calls? So there's a lot that goes into these awards.
So that means juice, not what you drink, it's just how juiced up you are for the game.
That's exactly right. You know, passion and energy, which we speak about daily in our football program.
And when we come back, we'll talk about GPS here on the Butch Jones Show.
12, Wallace, screen pass near side, the pass complete, but nothing there as Tennessee plays it perfectly. Worley out of the shotgun, back to throw, sets up, fires over the middle, the pass complete. Hand off, tailback coming near side, trying to get to the outside, no chance. A.J. Johnson.
The Butch Jones Show is being brought to you by Verizon, America's largest and most reliable network. Verizon, official wireless provider of the Tennessee Volunteers. By UT Medical Center, Tennessee's hospital. UT Medical Center, wisdom for your life.
By the natural gas utilities and pipeline companies in Tennessee.
Natural gas.
And by Food City, the tailgating headquarters of Vol fans everywhere. Food City, value every day.
The reason we use this Catapult GPS system, what we do is we monitor our athletes. We see exactly how far they run during a practice, the max speed they get up to during that practice, and we also have another variable we look at. It's called player loaded. It's a combination of how much with their accelerations, decelerations. It's just an overall equation to see exactly how much they're exerting in practice.
Much wider? No!
We grab our shoulder pads. Right here we have Jalen Hurts. Stick it in. Make sure it's secure into the shoulder pads. It's all ready to go. Put it back into his locker. Jalen will come in, put his pads on, doesn't even know it's in.
So real quick, if you look here, as they come out to practice, their names will pop up as the feed picks up the unit.
We actually see exactly how fast they're running, so you can see how fast they got up to, how fast their speed was on Tuesday, how fast their speed was on Wednesday, and you can see the total amount they're running those days. So we can actually see exactly how much they're running at those practices.
Here we go!
So we take it all, we put it all onto a master sheet, and we give it to the coaches so they can look at each one of their players, exactly see how much they're running in practice, how much they're exerting in practice.
That's pretty cutting edge GPS following your Tennessee players.
Well, it's part of our sports science department, and it's the tracking of our players. And what we do is each player builds his own portfolio, so we can tell when his body's worn down, you know, how they're producing, how they're getting better. The biggest thing is the player load. It's really amazing as it tracks the different cuts, the speed of the cuts, and the velocity of the hits. So again, as over time, now in a year's time, we'll be able to reference, you know, each point of where every player is.
But you get to this point of the season, players do get worn down, don't you? You got to really be careful with that.
Well, that's all part of it, particularly when you're as young as we are, is the players understanding how to take care of their body, the rest, the recovery, the nutrition with Allison, all that goes into play.
Of course, one of the key members of the Tennessee team is the quarterback, Justin Worley, and here's a profile with Rick Russo.
Worley, hands off, Pickett to the 5. No, Worley keeps it and then goes around the right side and gets in for a Tennessee touchdown. Great fake by Pickett, and Worley kept it. Rolls around right side, dives into the checkerboards for a Tennessee touchdown. Good deception that time by Worley. He kept it and scores.
Quarterbacks like Casey Clausen, Condridge Holloway, and Peyton Manning are just a few of the distinguished members of the Brotherhood of Quarterbacks at the University of Tennessee. And senior QB Justin Worley is honored to be a part of such a rich legacy.
I know it means a lot because like he know what he signed up for. It's always going to be hard, SEC ball, but he's up for the task. I think first of all you have to look at the guys that have played quarterback here before me, guys that kind of paved the way for the expectations and the requirements to fulfill this position. So it's definitely tremendous honor to play quarterback here at the University of Tennessee because of the guys that have left their mark here on this program.
Chemistry is key for an offense to succeed. The offensive line, running backs, and wide receivers must all be on the same page in order for that play to be successful. There's no question. Justin has worked diligently this year to make sure every member of the offense is on that same page.
There's just no change in his demeanor really from snap to snap. Every time he gets to play, he's very confident in calling it. You know, it's pretty much like every play that we run, he's expecting a touchdown. Even if the play before doesn't go our way, he really doesn't allow any of it to show through his body language or voice or anything like that.
I think the more chemistry you have as an offense, and it's not just the quarterback and the receivers, it's the quarterback and everybody. The more chemistry we have, the better we're gonna be able to play.
One of the most vital parts of being a quarterback is the ability to lead, and Justin is the unquestioned leader of the Big Orange offense.
Really, he's just like showing the young guys like the right things to do because he's a senior, so everyone knows he got to leave next year. So he's just leading the path of success, I want to say, just being a good example.
Just means a great deal knowing that the guy behind us, really the guy that holds the game in his hands, is the most confident on the field. You know, whenever he makes plays like that, runs for a touchdown or puts the ball on the money and allows the wide receiver to run in for a touchdown, it's just a great feeling.
I'd say my leadership has grown like it normally does throughout the course of your college career. It started off slow as a freshman and it continued to develop as I got more comfortable around some of these guys. And now being the senior quarterback, I take full responsibility for the offense. I am the guy that they can look to. I take pride in that, and I take pride in that role.
For the Butch Jones Show, I'm Rick Russo.
Worley's been a leader on offense, and he has gotten knocked down and keeps getting back up.
Resilient and defines perseverance at its finest, and he's done a great job to date. And again, we're going to need him moving forward, but also, Bob, not his play on the field as well, but his leadership. He's really taken ownership, and his leadership has really tried to develop that, and he's really done a nice job with that.
He got his shoulder banged up though in the Ole Miss game. Talk about that, and then could he be ready to go for Alabama?
Well, we anticipate him being ready for Alabama. We'll know a little bit more as the week progresses.
You know, he's a guy that is just he knows kind of what the odds are, but just keeps fighting with the fact that the offensive line has had its problems this year, but he doesn't complain about it, just goes out and plays.
Been very gritty, and again has put the whole offense on his shoulders, has stood in the pocket, has delivered some very, very good passes for us. Again, in the red zone, some jump balls to Marquez, so we're going to need more of that as the season continues to progress.
Tennessee senior quarterback Justin Worley. Now here's the Media Mash with Sarah Mitchell.
Welcome to Media Mash, powered by you, the social media loving fans. Today, let's start with this post from Lisa McNeil in Jackson, Tennessee, where these volleyball girls met legend and VFL Trey Teague. Next up, Tiffany Carpenter posted this video that shows the passion of Vol fans every third down. Thanks to Jackie Clark for sharing this video of 94-year-old Air Force vet and Vol fan Poppy.
They're down for what?
Wednesday night, Ryan Brown came all the way from South Carolina in hopes of meeting Coach Jones at Vol Calls. Well, it looks like Ryan's trip was well worth it, and he posted this picture in excitement. We made the call for pictures in your best Tennessee jersey, and you responded. Here's some of our favorite tweets. Look at this volunteer who tweeted this picture of matching jerseys with his young Power Tee hat-wearing fan. Raise your hand if you randomly sing Third Down for What every day. Chad Pearman knows someone who does. And Jesse White posed with his wife, each wearing their traditional orange jerseys. It looks like Eric from West Tennessee practices his catch, tuck, and turn. Thanks for the post, Scott. Vol Nation, I challenge you to tag me at SarahUTK with your best pictures and videos for next week's show. We host Alabama at home, so start posting now. Don't go away, the Butch Jones Show will be right back.
Fans, your child's inside look at Tennessee athletics is available through the Junior Vols Club. Annual memberships include a Junior Vols t-shirt, monthly newsletters, free admission to select UT sporting events, and much more. For more information or to sign up for Junior Vols, visit utsports.com. presented by the Knoxville Orthopedic Clinic, proudly serving the University of Tennessee Athletic Department since 1949.
Time now for Fueling Tennessee, presented by Humana, your health partner for life.
Hey Cam, I see you got a new lunchbox.
Of course. There's turtles. Nope, never goes out of style.
Never. So what do you got here? What are we doing?
Packing a lunchbox.
Packing a lunchbox for school, right?
Right.
So do you prefer to pack lunch instead of buying lunch at school?
I do.
Okay, what is the reason for that?
School lunch is just not good for me.
Okay. Doesn't help with your performance?
Doesn't at all.
Okay, well, let's take a look at what you got here. So what we have is a variety of food so that not only can you fuel up well for lunch, but then you can prepare yourself for before practice, right? Make sure you have a good pre-workout, pre-practice snack.
Right.
So here's your carbohydrates. You have some granola bars, some crackers, that sort of thing, right? You can have, some of it for lunch, or you can save it for a snack. You have yogurt and a string cheese. Why are these two things good?
Good for energy.
Good for energy. They have protein, they have calcium, good stuff like that. So we're gonna put that in there. Fruit. You can never go wrong with fruit,
Never
right?
go wrong with fruit.
Always good for you. So put your apples and your grapes in there. Goldfish. Kind of fun, right?
Good snack.
Good snack. And then we have your
Man sandwich.
man sandwich. What do you got on your man sandwich today?
Meat and cheese, a few condiments, and of course some thick bread.
Thick bread for extra.
Yes.
You got it. So we pack all that in your lunchbox. And you are ready for school.
Lunch is very important for your team because they got to have their fuel to be ready for practice in the afternoon.
Well, it's critical. A lot of these young men, they have class from 8 in the morning to about 2 in the afternoon, and then they come right to practice. So again, having that lunch is very, very important. As Cam Sutton packing his lunch, it kind of goes hand in hand with the GPS segment we just did, because we tracked Cam Sutton walking to class, and on average he walks 3 miles a day to classes. So again, that nutrition, that lunch is very critical in his overall development.
Because he might run 3 or 4 miles in practice, right?
Well, it all adds up. It's a cumulative effect, not just daily but weekly and then seasonally as well.
One of the key freshmen on this team is kicker Aaron Medley, and Danny Kleppinger has a profile of the Tennessee kicker.
23 true freshmen have seen action for Tennessee this season, and one of those freshmen is Aaron Medley. The Tennessee native has all eyes on him when he takes the field, but the young kicker says he can handle the pressure to perform thanks to the unique distractions Coach Butch Jones uses in practice.
During practice, he would play music. He would try to get in my head in training camp, and I think that's prepared me a lot for going out and performing in front of thousands of fans, which I'd never done before. I actually thought it was kind of hilarious. Coach talked about, Medley's pull-ups and, who's going to grow up and be a man, and so he put the baby music on. And I was just like, man, I can't fail here. This is be embarrassing. But yeah, he's creative, and I like it. That's what I love about him.
Medley also finds clarity and confidence through his mentor, a former Tennessee legend.
James Wilhoit, just talking to me about his experiences kicking at Tennessee, I think those have really helped me in my development.
One of the toughest aspects of the game for a kicker is the mental side of the game. Medley says he finds his calming approach from just enjoying being on the field.
Really just trying to have fun. I knew this was going to be, everything was going to be trying to go so fast and people flying around and just the hustle and bustle of game day. But I think as the season has gone on, everything's started to slow down. I'm starting to understand little details in me, in my performance during the game. So that's really helped me in my development.
After filling the big shoes Michael Pilardi left for him, Medley has had tremendous success on the field. Coach Jones always praises field position, and Medley's knack for touchbacks gives the Vols a huge advantage on special teams. He had 7 touchbacks against UT Chattanooga, helping his defense out tremendously. The in-state kicker is playing with a ton of passion and wants to make his hometown crowd proud.
Playing in-state, you get the support from your hometown, and that's more to play for.
For the Butch Jones Show, I'm Danny Kleppinger.
You always look for consistency in a kicker when you have a freshman kicker that keeps getting better. That's a good sign.
Well, Aaron Medley defines consistency right for us right now, and he's kicking the ball exceptionally well. He had 7 touchbacks in the UT Chattanooga game, and overall field goal wise, he's 10 out of 13 in some pressure situations and on the road as well. So again, as the season continues to progress, we need Aaron to continue to progress, but really encouraged about the way he's kicking the ball right now and for many years to come as well.
You know, he did not have any touchbacks until the Chattanooga game. Does that mean his legs are getting stronger as the season goes along?
Well, it does, and he's done a great job of taking care of his body, but he's also gaining the extra strength that he needs in our in-season weight program as well. But also, Bob, I think it's also confidence as well.
So Aaron Medley having a very good freshman year for Tennessee. When we come back, we'll talk about gas pedal.
Timeout to check the stats. Brought to you by Dish.
Tennessee's defensive tradition was forged by Hall of Famers, from Bob Suffrage to Doug Atkins and Reggie White. But it was a group of 21st century Vols that set the all-time sack record for the Big Orange.
Hey, sack!
Check the stats. The 2000 edition of Tennessee Defense holds the record for most sacks in a season with 50. Anchored by John Henderson and Will Overstreet, with a little help from Albert Hainsworth, it's no wonder this group still remains at the top of the Tennessee record book.
Check the stats. Never miss a moment of Vol action. Watch live TV wherever you are. Learn more at dish.com/Vol. Catch the Vol on Dish.
The Butch Jones Show is being delivered by UPS. Let UPS put the power of logistics to work for you. Visit thenewlogistics.com. By Hyundai, proud supporter of college football and loyal fans everywhere. By Eastman Chemical Company, promoting sustainability. Remember, good sports always recycle. And by TRH Health Plans. We've got you covered. Get a rate quote online at trh.com or at your local Tennessee Farm Bureau office.
Gas pedal refers to me as an individual. Since I'm the center, everybody else has to get set off of me.
He sets the pace for the offense. He's the first one over the ball. Helps to control a lot of things as far as tempo goes.
It's up to him to get the ball down and get it rolling. And the second is with Worley, and just getting us lined up, getting the formation, and just lining up and going fast, ready to fly.
And in order for us to play fast and furious and play with our style of play, our gas pedal has to be up to tempo. And Mac always is. He's always up on the ball, getting set, getting us set, and getting ready to go.
Essentially, I'm putting the gas down on the whole entire offense, and if I'm not fast, then nobody can go.
I guess, Coach, you talk about the gas pedal. Matt Crowder is the guy. He's got to be the guy down the field to get everybody set up and keep that gas pedal down.
Well, the center is the gas pedal, and there's so much that goes into it of running down the field to the football and understanding where the ball is going to be placed, where it's going to be spotted. And so the center kind of directs everyone to get there, getting lined up fast.
He said it took him a while to get used to be called the gas pedal. He said he's had nicknames but not gas pedal before.
Well, again, it's just a byproduct of how fast we want to play, but again, there's an art to it. There's a teaching element that goes into it, again, of understanding where the ball is going to be placed and getting lined up fast so we can make the line calls and play, you know, with the tempo that we want to play with.
Tennessee heads home this weekend to take on the Alabama Crimson Tide, a challenge. Alabama really looked impressive against Texas A&M, and so it looks like they're getting back on the beam. Tennessee better be ready Saturday night.
Well, we'll be ready, and our kids will be chomping at the bit, and again, it's going to be a great challenge, a rivalry game. We understand the importance of the Alabama football game, and again, we have to get back, we have to get healthy. That's first and foremost, but again, it's going to be a great challenge, but we look forward to getting back in the Neyland Stadium.
Had a chance to coach in this game last year. It's hard to really talk about it till you experience. What were your thoughts last year, just the intensity of the game?
Well, it's very intense, and this game means so much to so many people all involved, and also all of our former players as well, so we understand the magnitude of this football game.
Coach, get your team healthy. We'll see you next week against Bama.
Thanks, Bob.
Tennessee coach Butch Jones, and we'll continue in just a moment.
Fans, tune in every Monday night from 8 to 9 p.m. for the Big Orange Hotline. Join Bob Kessling and Pat Ryan as they break down each and every Tennessee football game. That's the Big Orange Hotline, every Monday night live from Dead End Barbecue in West Knoxville.
So now Medley sets his team. He approaches the ball, and ladies and gentlemen, it's football time in Tennessee. They fake a fly sweep, throw a slant pass. That's batted down at the line of scrimmage. Worley gets the snap, fakes a handoff, dumps the pass underneath, complete to Malone. He breaks a tackle and surges out to the 35-yard line. Matt Dars to punt it away. Gets a good kickoff. Driving spiral pack. Signals for him. Makes a fair catch at his own 3-yard line. I don't know what he was thinking. Wallace, screen pass near side. The pass complete, but nothing there as Tennessee plays it perfectly. It was Cameron Sutton who comes up and makes this play on the screen pass at its own 16-yard line. Wallace out of the shotgun. Fakes a handoff. Drops back to throw. Fakes. He's being pressured. He's sacked back at the 10-yard line. Tennessee with great pressure. Corey Vereen. Wallace back to throw over the middle. Wide open. Pass complete and then dropped at the 23-yard line. Back to throw. Sets up. Fires over the middle. The pass complete. Down to the Ole Miss 32-yard line. Pass right on target to Marquez North. This will be from the 17-yard line. Snap is down, the kick on the way, and the kick is good. And Tennessee takes the lead early in the second quarter against Ole Miss. And Wallace back to throw. Looks. Sacked back at the 15-yard line by A.J. Johnson. Back to throw. They're coming after him. Worley has some time. Fires him in the middle to Josh Malone. The pass complete to the Ole Miss 45-yard line. Gets it, hands off near side, sweeping to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, and down to the 27-yard line is Jalen Hurd. He stacks receivers to the left. Now they send a man in motion near side. Worley back to throw, sets up, fires over the middle, the pass complete up to the 37-yard line to Josh Malone. He got hit as soon as he caught it. Wallace is going to be taken down back at the 41-yard line. They go off the beat. Tennessee tonight on homecoming in Oxford, 34-3.
Now joined by John Bryce of VolQuest.com. Ole Miss, number 3 team in the nation. They showed it Saturday night.
They did, particularly on the defensive side of the ball, Bob. I think sacked Justin Worley 7 times, 12 tackles for losses, and we saw very much a piecemealed Tennessee offensive line. I think that more than anything was a snapshot of where this program is right now. When you have a guy in Jacob Gilliam who tore his ACL 49 days ago today, and then he's back into the game in a critical role. That's Tennessee's issue, Bob. There aren't answers to the questions that are going to persist.
And they try to put different people in because, again, Marcus Jackson goes out. Now you're really shuffling things. And Ole Miss, one of their strengths is their front 7, and that was the difference in the game.
Yeah, you had Tennessee playing guys at positions they're not comfortable with or aren't accustomed to playing in these situations against an Ole Miss defense that's peppered with future NFL draft picks. That's a very difficult situation to be in. And the other thing is Tennessee has a number of guys on that offensive line, Bob, that are not playing at their natural positions. Coleman Thomas, before he was injured against the Rebels, here's a guy who spent his entire high school career on the interior of the offensive line, played a lot of center. Now he's getting a true baptism by fire in the SEC out on the right edge where mistakes are most easily exposed.
But again, the bottom line is you can't have turnovers, and Tennessee had 4 big ones that really were costly.
The 4 critical turnovers, and it's a delicate balance for Butch Jones and his staff right now to teach the turnovers and to coach those turnovers without making his guys feel like they have to play perfect. I've talked at length to Justin Worley about that a year ago, and the absence of weapons on that offense a year ago left Tennessee a lot of times feeling like it had to play perfect. Vols don't need to sink into that situation again.
And it seems like at times Justin is trying to make something happen and forcing things a little bit. A couple of the interceptions were forced.
Yeah, a couple of those were forced. I think Justin would very candidly tell you it was not his best game.
Yeah, so Ole Miss wins over Tennessee, and when we come back, we'll ask the coach.
It's time to announce the AutoZone player of the game. Get in the zone, AutoZone. In the zone for Tennessee was A.J. Johnson. The senior had 10 tackles, 1.5 sacks, and 2.5 tackles for loss. Johnson also became the 4th player in Tennessee history with 400 career tackles. Congratulations to A.J. Johnson, our AutoZone Player of the Game. For the auto parts, accessories, and advice you need, get in the zone. AutoZone.
The Butch Jones Show is being brought to you by Vol Network Home Entertainment. From Pat Summitt to Peyton Manning, Vol Network Home Entertainment has the greatest moments on DVD.
By Humana, over 50 years of experience in the healthcare industry. Humana, your partner in health.
By the natural gas utilities and pipeline companies in Tennessee.
Natural gas.
And by the Tennessee Education Lottery. Proud to have raised over $3 billion for education programs in Tennessee. It's time now for Ask the Coach, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors, a proud corporate sponsor of the Vols. Visit them online at academy.com.
Welcome to Ask the Coach, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. This week I'm joined by offensive line coach Don Mahoney. Coach, your first question comes from Tim Owen, and he asked, how has the transition been from defensive line to offensive line for Ja'Shawn Robertson?
I'll tell you, he made the switch really fast, mentally, physically. I think a lot of it has to do with the high school in which he came from, his knowledge base of football, wrestling in high school, and just his overall football smarts. So he adjusted really fast and caught on well to the system of what we're doing, and he's just growing week in and week out, and the experience is valuable, and it's been really fast for him.
Following that, Adam Thompson wants to know, after each game, what is the evolution that you want to see?
I want to see us grow mentally, our communication, understanding situational football, as Coach Jones likes to talk about, our style of play, and the way in which we play, where it's consistent week in and week out with the mentality we want to play with, the physicality, the overall strain, and those type of things. So I think it's putting back-to-back weeks together of that consistency where we're looking for, and we're making some strides in that, but not as fast as we'd like to right now.
Energy and passion and enthusiasm are key to success, and Kathy Williams wants to know, how do you use Jacob Gillum's passion for football to boost the team morale?
His presence, just with our room, our team since he's been back, is one in which, like Coach talks about, you never take this game for granted. You enjoy each and every day, no matter what it may bring, from a win to a game that did not go so well, to whatever it may be you're going through at a point in time in the season that you really respect and enjoy the game and enjoy each other. And here's a guy that's making the most of his senior year, given the situation he's under, and he allows us to, step back, take a deep breath, and that's exactly right, is to have some passion and love for this game, because you never know when it can be taken away from you.
When you describe a Tennessee offensive lineman, how do you describe them?
Physical and smart. That's what we strive for, the style of play, for how we play. We're not where we need to be yet, but physical is of the utmost, and being smart allows you to really overcome maybe some weaknesses that you have, but it also is something that you use as a strength for gaining an advantage against an opponent, maybe studying film and knowing exactly what we want to do during the course of a game, in a play, the overall concepts and all those things. Knowledge is power.
Coach Mahoney, thank you for your time and best wishes with this team.
Thank you.
Well, if there's anybody working overtime and trying to earn their money this year, it's Don Mahoney. He's had quite a job with that offensive line.
Yeah, and we touched on it last segment, Bob. Again, a number of guys playing out of position, playing where they're not comfortable. Kyler Kirbyson should be playing on the right side of the line somewhere. That's where he won a Most Improved Player award at spring practice, but he's selflessly gone to that left side of the line because that's where Tennessee's needs have been. And then Saturday night against the Rebels, it was almost musical chairs. And let's be clear, that was not an act of desperation from the coaches. That was them trying to seek any answers that they might possibly be able to find.
But eventually some of these young guys have to start playing better, and taken a step forward.
They do, and the best thing that's going to happen to that, though, any of those offensive linemen is going to be continued time in the off-season program, in the strength program for the remainder of this year, and the influx of some new guys with the recruiting class. They need more competition, and clearly we see how badly they need depth when a guy, again, with a torn ACL has to go in and play tackle in the SEC against the number 3 team in the country.
When we come back, we'll look ahead to Tennessee and Alabama here on the Butch Jones Show.
Time now for the Tennessee Top 5, brought to you by Hyundai.
He'll fake it. Wallace is going to be sacked back at the 11-yard line. Wallace out of the shotgun, fakes a handoff, drops back to throw. Fakes, he's being pressured, he's sacked back at the 10-yard line. Tennessee with great pressure. Worley back to throw, sets up, fires over the middle, the pass complete, up to the 37-yard line to Josh Malone. Snap is down, the kick on the way, and the kick is good. And Tennessee takes the lead early in the second quarter. From the 25-yard line, Wallace back to throw, looks, sacked back at the 15-yard line by A.J. Johnson. Corey Vereen also got back there. Wallace was looking.
It's time for the First Tennessee First Look, a scouting report and look ahead at the Vols' upcoming opponent. Brought to you by First Tennessee Bank, the official bank of the Vols.
Rematch of the Orange and the Crimson on Saturday night at Neyland Stadium, and this Alabama team flexed its muscles against Texas A&M on Saturday.
Yeah, and Amari Cooper's a fantastic wide receiver, but Tennessee, for the most part, has done okay in isolating some opponents' top players. This will be another trench battle. Can Tennessee keep Justin Worley upright? How healthy are the Vols up front? Make it to the fourth quarter, and Tennessee can have a chance. I expect it to be an extremely good atmosphere under the lights inside Neyland Stadium.
This is a physical Alabama team that seems to, things are coming together a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. Alabama obviously played its most complete game of the year Saturday in dismantling Texas A&M 59-0. So Tennessee has its work cut out for it this week. And again, how healthy will the Vols be up front? Tennessee's defense is doing a great job of giving it chances to be in these games in the third and fourth quarter. At some point, the Vols have to put all the pieces together, Bob.
But now this is kind of a mental thing. You got to shake off Ole Miss, which is going to be tough, and now get ready for Alabama, which is a very, very good football team.
Yeah, and I asked Justin Worley and Brian Randolph both about that in the locker room Saturday night at Ole Miss, and they both told me they really believe in the veteran leadership of this team. Of course, Justin is a senior, Brian's a fourth-year junior. Those guys said they didn't see any finger pointing. They sense everybody coming together and holding their heads up, and that's key. In previous years, we have, I think, seen some finger pointing in the Tennessee locker room, particularly 2 or 3 years ago. I've not seen that out of this group. I think there's quality leadership. It absolutely will be tested this week.
So it'll be Tennessee and Alabama Saturday night to kick off at 7:30 at Neyland Stadium. Just a few tickets remain at uttix.com, and we'll talk about it next week here on the Butch Jones Show. For John Bryce and Coach Butch Jones, I'm Bob Kessling. We'll see you next week.
This has been a presentation of the Vol Network, produced by IMG, the world's premier sports, media, and entertainment company. Produced at the Huster Broadcast Center.